Hi, so I'm gonna make this hoodie from start to finish. So very basic. I always like to start with my cuffs and bands. I'll just sew these good side to good side. Same thing with my waistband. I'm working with squish fabric, so it's actually really slippery, and I'm expecting that the neck won't hold as much as this with 2 layers of squish, but we'll see. This fabric, this one is the athletic polar fleecy, athletic fleecy from Phany. So it holds up really well. It's both layers of that fabric. Yeah. I'm horrible in front of the camera, sorry. Okay, so now my sleeves. Okay, so I've got 2 sleeves here. Long side is going to be sewn towards the back and short side towards the front. Very basic sew. So this one is my front. I tried stripe matching. Hopefully it's gonna work. I have my doubts. Yeah, it won't line up perfectly. Almost. Not perfect, but it's gonna do. So also on the other sleeve, my front right here. So my front. Now I'll go and sew the back sleeves to my back bodice right here. Now the other side. That did not go well. Okay, let's start over. Okay. Okay, so now all sides of my arms are sewn. Okay, so now I'll go and sew all of my side seam. Whoops, like this. Okay, so again, good side to good side, so I'll flip it. And I like to start from my arm. Wow, this is upside down. Okay, so I like to start from my arm and go towards the body. So again, I'm stripe matching, so I'm trying to match my stripes as I sew. Sometimes my fabric tends to slip, so I keep checking once or twice. Oh my god, my machine my machine ate my fabric. Okay, let's try again. Gosh. Okay, better. This version I am sewing is 2 sizes larger to do more of a loose fitted garment. So one side sewn. Now to go on the other side. Okay, so now I have my hoodie inside out. I'm gonna go pin the bands and sew those. So I'll find my center back by aligning both seams, and this is my center back. I'll use my band. Sorry, Squish has one-way soft, a direction to the like fur, whatever. So I was just trying to determine which side was the good side, good direction. Okay, so now I'll go and find my center front here. I'll put a needle here. Okay. And I'll find my center front of my band. Ah, I feel like I have a bunch of little fur minky flying around. Okay, so this is my center front. Is it straight? Okay. And I'll pin this to the center front. Okay, Minky is so slippery. I suggest if you use this base, I don't mean Minky Squish, anyways, use cotton lycra bands. It's gonna save you so much time. The bands are always the worst. So now I align both of my center front and back that I've pinned, and I'll go find the side of the band to align with my side seam. Okay, now the other side. Here. And so. I swear there's I did not choose the perfect base to do a live on. There's like little fur everywhere. Okay, to sew. So I slightly stretch my band to keep it even everywhere. Okay, just show you, squish tends to slip, so preferably add more needles. I'll need to go back over that. It slipped right away and like didn't go through my serger at all. Not sure I caught it all. I think so. Okay, now the cuffs. So again, fold these in half. Okay. Same thing with these. So I like to push my main fabric seam towards the back. So my bodice seam, this one of my sleeve, is going to be pushed towards the back, and my cuff, I like to do a crisscross so it's less bulky seams. So my cuffs are being put, the seam is being pushed towards the front, and also these on. So I just slipped in the cuff inside, and so so slippery. Come on. Why did I choose this base to do a life? Why, oh why? Almost there. It's mostly in. There you go. It's all in there. Good. So the other side. So push towards the back. This one push towards the front. Push all that in. And sew. If it would stop moving, I could sew. Oh gosh. So I did cuff, waistband. Now to do the cowl. How do you say that in English? Cowl? Anyways, the col. Yeah. So I'll take both of those pieces that I'm butchering the word of. Okay. And my piping. I'm going to fold my piping in half and pin it all the way. Usually I use less needles. Now I'm pretty sure I'm going to use a lot of needles. So this might be long because it's so slippery. And yes, I still use needles. So the piping goes on the side that has like a little arch. The one that has really the neck definition with like a curve. That's the one that's going to be sewn to the hoodie neck. I forgot, usually I find my center first, which saves me a lot of time. So I just fold the piping in half, find my center, and go find my center of my cowl. I need to learn to say that word. Or when I post this, someone can teach me how to say that word. So I think it's about here. This is moving around so much, it's not very helpful. I should have done this before. Looks reasonable. Okay, I was positive my camera was going to like turn off at 10 minutes. So I keep looking at the time. And I'm now at 25. So no clue when it's gonna shut down. When it will, I'll just jump back on and keep going. Ay. Colin. Sorry, my French comes out when nothing works. Okay, not bad at all. Now I'm halfway. I should maybe pause. I'll just go pin my edge and to the top or whatever, and then work my way towards the middle. Honestly, usually I do like 5 needles on this. Start, beginning, middle, and 1.5, like halfway through on each side. Oh my god. Okay, if you use Kush or Squish or Minky or Bliss, I think they call it sometimes, maybe use hem tape. That'd be a good idea. And mine is like right beside me, and I'm too lazy to take it out. So I'll just keep swearing my way through this, but I'm pretty sure this is the hem tape would help you so much. And I have more of this base on the way for more hoodies, and I'm not regretting it, just not as much excited for it anymore. It's so beautiful and so cozy when it's sewn, but oh my god, so slippery. It's not my first time using it, but first time doing a live with it. I'm like, why did I choose this one? Why, oh why, no one will know. But I'm almost done, almost. Okay, there you go. I think that's it. Okay, so now, oh shoot. My cover stitch is on the wrong thread. We'll see. Maybe off-white is gonna be cute. Doubt it. Okay, so now to sew. Yikes. Yikes. Okay, almost done. Almost there. Okay, now to flip it and investigate if everything is fine. Everything was sewn in, so good so far. There you go. I just like to place it a bit before top stitching, and now I'll go and top stitch right here, and I'll need to change the thread, so I'll be ending this, and then all I'll have left to do is sew the cow neck to, well, my neck. Yeah, I'll learn that word. Okay, I'm back. So I'm gonna top stitch my piping on my cowl. I think I'm saying it right. I'm obviously overthinking that word. Oh, I'll just show how close I am stitching. Yeah, you don't see much. So it's right here, the seam is right there. So I'm like really stitching on the edge. Sorry, Steph's video are way better than mine. Yikes. So you actually don't see my stitch at all. It's like hiding in the fur. It's right there. You see a bit of the white because the fur pulled a bit. But yeah, so it's right there, and that's my piping. So now I'm gonna go and pin that on my neck opening. Oh, that went bright. Am I like glowing? It's so bright. Okay. So obviously I'm gonna go and find my center back. Sorry, wrong side. So my center back will be right here. Okay. And my center back on my hoodie. No, I just, honestly, there is notches on the pattern, and the first one is the notch to align the seam, the second one is the center front, and the third one is to match the other side seam. So like obviously you cut on fold, so same thing on the other side. I don't follow the notches because from one fabric base to the next, and depending on sizes, sometimes the notches will vary a bit. So I'm just like, I've been sewing for quite a while now. I don't say it's a reason not to follow them. I'd suggest maybe indicating it, but you will need to tweak it, maybe, depending on what you're using. Like this one, sorry, the athletic fleecy is like minimal stretch. It's not recommended for this pattern. However, I sized up 2 sizes, so I could use this base. Well, obviously my neck, it didn't stretch as much towards the back. However, it didn't need it to because it's so like sturdy, or it's a fabric that holds up really well, so it didn't matter how far, it didn't matter as much how far I was going to pull it back. When working with most bases, I tend to go almost towards the back of my, seam. Not on it, but close to it. So I just pin it, slightly pull. I don't pull on my cowl. I just slightly pull. And pin along the way. And once I do one side, I like to have it even on both sides. So then I pin it in the same spot. I'll show you in a second. So as I was saying, I'm pretty close to the center back seam. So without my piping, I'm here. With my piping, I'm here. So I always say about 1 to 1.5 inch from my back shoulder seam. This will vary depending also on how you like it. This is how I do it. Now I just take the other side that I've only pinned on the center back and I measure it out. So I align both back seams, back side seams, and I see that my piping is right here. So I'm gonna put my finger right there and bring my cowl all the way here, and then I'll just pin my way up to that point afterwards. But at least I know this is where it has to go, so I'll be centered, so my cowl won't be like off centered and weird, or stretching and pulling on one side and then not on the other side. So it's going to be even. So this is this, but I have a huge chunk that my fabric slips, so I'll need to fix that as I go, or cut a small pieces out. This is not usual. Usually your fabric won't be slipping all around, but it does with squish. So now I just pin the rest in place. Ouch. And try not to pin my finger on my way. This is gonna be so thick in this base. Why oh why. It's gonna be so beautiful once it's sewn though. The fabric I'm using is not from Phany, by the way. I have a few Phany hoodies cut on my sewing table, but not this one. Okay, and now in my center back I'll just slip my tag. Wow, why is that so badly pinned? Okay, my tag. Okay. Now to sew. Wish me good luck. How confident is that? Oh my god. Oh, it's not even plugged in. There we go. So my shoulder seams, the one in front I like to push towards the front, and the one in the back I like to push towards the center back as I sew. Okay. Again, it's so slippery, I'm not confident it like grabbed everything. I tried my best. Wouldn't be surprised if not, but wow, seems good so far. I'll look on the inside. That was the inside. I'll look on the outside. Yeah, that's good. So that's all. I'll show you the end result. Lighting is horrible downstairs in my sewing dungeon. Yeah, so this one is like definitely more drapey, the cowl, but still it's gonna be awesome. So that's that, as easy as that. So with all my slippery fabric, it took me about 30 minutes, no, maybe 45, but it's quite a easy sew and very quick, and it's definitely worth the try. I hope you'll like it. Bye.